Well, it doesn't take much to tell that I'm old school. I mean, if there's any giveaway, you can look at the small streaks of white that are down there. So, being old school, mentally, psychologically, or however you want to put it, I it's not that I really like. I actually like Wonder Woman, but it's not like I love her or anything. I don't like her as any special character or anything like that. It's not like she can do anything wonderful. The most wonderful thing about her is the lasso of truth, that rope she throws around. But she's an okay girl. Overall, I prefer DC. That is this spate of superheroes: Superman, Batman, Wonder Woman, Flash. I don't care about Cyborg, but I appreciate his power. So yeah, I like those ones. Above how I care about Marvel. Marvel being Spider-Man, Iron Man, Incredible Hulk. Of late, of course, Marvel has done a lot better than DC because of the movies. But overall, I prefer DC. And as a result, I kind of like Wonder Woman as part of that team. I mean, super strength, I don't care about because Superman already has super strength, and it's actually one of his weaknesses as a character. Because when you become impervious, when nobody can hurt you, you're not that exciting, to be honest. So I love Superman, of course. Superman is the OG, original gangster superhero. I like him. I also like the fact that most of us may not realize this, but I also like the fact that he seems to be built around the idea of Jesus Christ. The last son, came to earth to help people. Don't get me. Listen, I'm not mixing two things. I'm just letting you know where I stand. Batman, of course, is the most relatable superhero because he is just a regular human being. He's very rich. He can be hurt, but he's very smart, and he has to make a lot of morally ambiguous decisions. Now that makes him more relatable to most people, and that's why Batman seems to be the most successful superhero of all time. That said, let's get into this monstrosity that we call Wonder Woman 1984. If you have not seen the movie, you may want to see it. It's playing in Silverbird and across the country. I also hear it's on HBO Max for those of us who can afford to get HBO Max. I decided to watch it twice because I wanted to be sure I knew what I was talking about before I started talking. The first movie was okay. There were many nice points in it. We all know that the end was nonsense, but we still appreciate it because we wanted a win for DC. After Disney and Marvel had been taking the box office to the bank. Let's put it that way. So the first movie was okay. Okay, it was okay. The banter between Steve Trevor and Diana Prince, Wonder Woman, was actually the fun part of it, of course. Then the coming out, fish out of water story. The narrative, the part where she's trying to mix with mankind, not understanding the way human beings think, and all that. That was fun. This nonsense exposes Patty Jenkins for who she is. Patty Jenkins being the director. In the first one, frankly, she did okay. In the second one, it exposes, just like Ava DuVernay. Now, a lot of people appreciate Ava DuVernay, and many people, the idea that she is a black woman in Hollywood, makes everybody think like, wow, now black women. I don't care about identity politics. I don't give a rat's bomb. I just don't care. Do a good job. Eva DuVernay, when she did 12 Years a Slave, excellent job. Chiwetel, you know my boy now, they feel the guy. She was like, excellent job. But by the time she came back around and did this nonsense, When They See Us, that is on Netflix, where they spoke about the Central Park 5, and she chose to use that opportunity to attack Donald Trump. And the story started well. Toward the end of it, she just wasted the last two episodes. Nonsense. It was useless. When it's bad, it's bad. When it's just bad, it's bad. And Wonder Woman 1984 is bad. Patty Jenkins exposed herself. Let me just get straight into it. Am I the only one who noticed that every male character, every man in that movie was a bumbling idiot, except for Steve Trevor. which of course she's obligated to protect because he is the love interest of Wonder Woman. And a lot of people appreciated him being a strong man, a good character from the first one. So she's obligated to protect that character. But the other characters, let's start with the bad guy, Max Lord, played by, yeah, I've forgotten the guy who acts, guy's name, the guy who acts the Mandalorian on Disney Plus. As I've heard, I've not watched it. I'm not interested in anything Disney, to be honest. I'm not watching it right now. So, Max Lord, the idea being that he's this Donald Trump kind of character, you know, person who lies his way out of everything, who cons his way into the White House, who makes promises that he cannot deliver, all of which are absolutely untrue about the man we call Donald Trump. But that's the way the media from the US portrays him. And a lot of people just drink that Kool-Aid. And you know that Hollywood, they spend billions of dollars trying to, I don't know if it's billions, maybe millions of dollars, trying to make Donald Trump look bad and lose this last election, which we know he did not lose. Anybody with half a brain can process it. But let's move forward from there. So they build a character that looks like Donald Trump to some degree. Let's go to these two girls. Wonder Woman herself, Diana Prince, played by Gal Gadot, is not bad. To be honest, the character itself is not bad. No, rather, the acting itself is not too bad. It's not too bad. It's forgivable. Barbara Minerva, played by Kristen Wiig, the acting is okay, very very okay. The character useless. I appreciate the character arc, the growth from being a timid nerd to being this alpha, you know, is it alpha predator that she used? Yeah, I think that's the word she used. I don't think it's alpha she used. She wouldn't have used the word alpha knowing them. But she said apex predator. Yeah, that's the word she used. I appreciate the character arc. And to be honest, a lot of people are upset about the fight scenes. I'm very, very okay with the fight scenes. There wasn't much fighting. The best fight scene for me was the fight in Cairo where um, where Wonder Woman is fighting and losing her powers as she's fighting. That is extremely, extremely relatable. I understand that. I can appreciate that. I can respect that. It was actually for me the best fight in the movie. Every other thing, that opening scene with at the mall, you know, in 1984, waste of time, waste of space, waste of storytelling opportunity. Nothing happened there. She was just throwing a lot of people around, and I didn't appreciate the graphics. I just didn't like it. The thieves, like I told you, every male character in the movie was an idiot. The way they went about the robbery, the way they bumbled their way out of it. I mean, listen, I don't know. Well, I don't know why people get these stories in their head that all women are wonderful and all men are foolish. I don't know where they got the idea. And any self-respecting man, well, to be honest, will just be impartial. I mean, just ignore it because it doesn't mean much. But since I'm reviewing a movie, I'll tell you that I'll call it exactly what it is. Just stupid directing. That's all. Stupid writing, stupid directing. Made all the male characters look stupid. Put too many black characters in the movie. This is 1984 America. Okay, there are black people everywhere. Yes. But listen, this is just coming off of movies like Death Wish. We watched Death Wish part 1, part 2, part 3. I think there was a part 4. So we know what 1984 looked like. Are you getting me? Some of us grew up in those years. Okay? So for you to be telling me this is what 1980, that's what is called revisionist history. Just like you know, America and the media in America trying to tell me that chloroquine does not work for treating this virus. Chloroquine that we have been drinking for the past 50 years and did not kill anybody. That is the one that is now suddenly very dangerous. So these are the stupid things that they put in the movie that destroyed it. Yes, then the last fight where Barbara fought with Wonder Woman, where, should I say, Cheetah fought with Wonder Woman. The fight is nothing to write home about. I don't hate it, to be honest. I'm okay with the fight. Just that, you know, there was no real fight. There just wasn't any real fight. Cheetah went blah, 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 showed herself. And then when Wonder Woman decided to fight back, it was over. Meanwhile, this is a girl who has just wished to be the strongest, you know, like nobody else. It should never have been that short. It should have been more involving, more convincing. Wonder Woman needed to have been hurt a little more. And if for those of us who have watched some of the cartoons, who have read some of the comics, we know that Cheetah is stronger than that. Cheetah hurts Wonder Woman a bit more than that. So it's like they didn't know what else to do with the little time they had left after they had spent the first half of the movie, you know, campaigning to the masses, wasting time on woke politics. Like I said, every man, how? Every man, even the president, is making stupid wishes. The man in Cairo, Egypt, making stupid wishes. The guards laughing stupidly. The first part that really ticked me off was where there was no justification when Wonder Woman and Barbara Minerva, or should I say, and then Cheetah, met Maxwell Lord, the bad guy, at the beginning. Why was Wonder Woman hostile to the man? She had never met him before. There was no evidence that she had the extrasensory perception to tell that he was a bad guy or that her intentions were evil, but she was just mean to him. Likewise, the cheetah character Barbara Minerva, the first time we meet her, she's bumbling around the place, she's flipping things up and down, and a lot of men around her are laughing at her. That's not what men do. That's not what a man wants to be, a knight in shining armor. So if you see a woman in distress, you actually try to help her. That's what men do. So it shows the mentality of the people who are making the movie. When they are making a movie that's stupid, then immediately as soon as she makes the wish and starts changing, the men around her, all of them start swooning over her. The time when she went to look for information in the police station, the man the policeman went and brought her all the information she needed. It's not like the guy was bewitched or anything. It's just because she's now suddenly a fine girl. Are you getting me? He now starts swooning over her and giving her that. Nobody does that. And these are the stupid things that destroyed the movie. The Steve Trevor character, to be honest, was the most sensible character in the movie. The moment he realized that he was a man out of time, a man out of place, he told Wonder Woman, you got to let me go. You have to let me go. Now that's common sense. So, because of that one character, one may overlook all the other nonsense they do with all the other characters. And finally, before I conclude this, because I've already gone longer than I wanted to, consequences. The concept of consequences. Everybody made wishes. Everybody takes back their wishes at the end, and there are no consequences. You see, this was what I liked about Zack Snyder's Batman v Superman, and well, to some extent, Justice League was a bad film, to be fair, but Batman v Superman was an excellent film, and it was the immediate follow-up to Man of Steel. From the beginning, opening scene of Batman v Superman, and that's lovely soundtrack, dun, 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 by Hans Zimmer. From the beginning of the movie, you can see the consequences of Man of Steel at play. Marvel didn't do that, especially when we get to Avengers, the first Avengers movie, where you destroy half of New York, which is a follow up to Hulk, Incredible Hulk, Hulk destroying Manhattan in the Incredible Hulk movie, and there are no consequences. Somehow nobody died. Somehow, even though the buildings were destroyed, everything was okay. There was no social, political, government fallout, nothing. The stories just continue. But no, Zack Snyder did not do that. From the beginning of Batman v Superman, there are consequences. People died. And that's what motivated Batman to dislike Superman. And that's what Lex Luthor manipulated until the two of them fought. So that's how to write a story. But Wonder Woman 1984 shows a world in which everybody can make wishes, but there are no consequences. And at the end, somehow or the other, the bad guy, he does not pay for what he has done. People who wished for wicked things and many bad things were happening as a result, they did not pay for the things they have done. Yes, there is an emotional payoff initially when Wonder Woman lets go of Steve Trevor. But to what end? She jumps in the sky and starts flying. It's inconsistent with the character that has been built in the stories. However, if you go into the comics, there are parts where Wonder Woman can fly, so I'm not mad at that. The part where she flies, I'm not mad at that. But that said, That's what I think of Wonder Woman 1984. I've already gone longer than I wanted to, than I intended to. I still prefer DC. I still wish well for the character. I'm still looking forward to the Zack Snyder cut, then the release the Snyder cut version of Justice League, which I've heard is coming out by by March of next year, 2021. So I'm going to stop there, and I'm going to wish that that they do better going forward. It's part of the canon now. I'll forgive the movie, but it's a useless movie. It's one of my most disliked superhero stories. There are worse ones, but it's a bad one, and and that's my take on it. Wonder Woman 1984 was a dumpster fire, BS, made out of Hollywood wokeness. And if Hollywood does not repent from this wokeness, it's going to destroy them, especially as they're trying to come back from this pandemic lockdowns and everything. So that's my take on the story. God bless you. Have a wonderful new year as we cross into 2021. Share, like, dislike, click on subscribe, notification, all of the above. Merry Christmas. Happy New Year. Have a great 2021.